Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you all for being here. It touches my heart that you are here to pay your respects and to honor Bruce and Brandon and my mom who's over here. You know, I had a talk with my daughter and I said, why do we celebrate the day that Bruce died? And she said, Mom, we are not celebrating the day he died. We are celebrating the birth of his legend. And I like to look at it that way. On this day, 50 years ago, Bruce entered the hearts and minds of people all over the world through his words and his actions. And that's why we honor Bruce today. And I also want to remember Bruce's very best friend and my Sifu, Taki, and how dear he was to me and how he kept doing Bruce's work for the next 50 years. And I also want to remember my son, Brandon. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
He walked in the footsteps of his father, both physically and philosophically, but he carved out his own unique self in the world. And like I said, my mom is here too because she wanted to be near her beloved grandson and son-in-law. I thought I might share with you a few words about what Bruce thought about death. And he said, I do not fear dying, even if I haven't achieved all of my ambitions. I have no regrets. He said, I did what I wanted to do, and I did it to the best of my ability and sincerity. And I think that's a message we can all take with us today, that we all try to do the best we can every day. You know, when Bruce and I lived in Hong Kong, we would go to the cemeteries and pay respects once a year to family members. And the way that we would do it, the way that Bruce taught me to do it was like this. We'd go like this and we'd say, one bow to the heavens, because that's everything spiritual. One bow to the earth that sustains us. And one bow to mankind and all of life, because life is sacred. So that's my way of paying respects, and everyone has their own way of paying respects to Bruce and Taki and Brandon and whatever loved one you may have. I am grateful to all of you for continuing to preserve and perpetuate Bruce's art, his teaching, and his state of mind, because that has helped so many of us to survive and thrive. So I'm grateful that I was able to be there and have an eyewitness, intimate view of Bruce's evolution. I'm eternally grateful to him. Thank you very much for being here. And this here is Andy, as you all know, Taki's son and the heir of Taki's Zhengfang Gong Fu. And would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, thank you. So this year, of course, marks the 50th anniversary of Bruce Lee's passing, and also the 30th of Brandon's, and the second year of my father's passing. So in honor of that, I just want to say a few words. So today we gather to commemorate the 50th anniversary of Bruce Lee's passing, a momentous occasion that holds great significance in the world of martial arts and beyond. Bruce Lee, the legendary martial artist, actor, and philosopher, left an indelible mark on the world during his short but impactful life. As we reflect on his legacy, we discover that his messages and teachings continue to resonate with us in profound ways, even to this day. Bruce Lee was not merely a martial artist, he was a visionary who transcended the boundaries of culture and nationality. His philosophy of Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepting fist, was more than just a fighting style. It was a philosophy of self-discovery and self-actualization. Lee believed in the importance of adapting and absorbing what is useful for different disciplines, letting go of the unnecessary, and being true to ourselves. Today we find that his teachings relevant as we navigate the complexities of the modern world, encouraging us to embrace change, seek knowledge, and continuously evolve. His belief in the power of the human spirit, the unlimited potential within each of us, continues to inspire generations. The art of Jeet Kune Do is not just about fighting opponents. It is a vehicle for personal growth, reminding us through discipline, determination, and an unwavering pursuit of excellence, we can achieve our fullest potential. On this special day, we also remember another great individual who walked alongside Bruce Lee, my late father, Taki Kimura. 2 years ago, we bid farewell to a man who was not only Bruce Lee's close friend and confidant, but also a living testament to the values they both cherished, loyalty and friendship. My father's message of loyalty was more than just a word, it was a way of life. He lived by principles that spoke of devotion, trust, and unwavering support for those he cared about. His friendship with Bruce Lee was not just a partnership, but a bond that transcended time and space. His loyalty to Bruce remained steadfast throughout his life. Today, in a world where relationships often seem transient, his message reminds us of the profound impact of true, authentic friendships. As we come together today to honor the memory of Bruce Lee and remember my father and Brandon, we celebrate the endurance of their messages and philosophies. Their teachings have become beacons of inspiration, guiding us through life's challenges, reminding us to be true to ourselves, to never stop learning, and to foster loyalty and friendship in a world that can sometimes feel disconnected. I'm touched and grateful to see so many of you here today. It's a testament to the enduring power of Bruce's message, and I know my father would have been humbled to witness the impact they continue to have on all of you. Let us carry forward their legacies in our hearts, embodying the spirit of Jeet Kune Do and the values of loyalty and friendship. Together we can make this world a better place just as they envisioned. Thank you for attending today. May the legacy of Bruce Lee and Taki Kimura live in our actions, inspiring future generations to reach greater heights.
Thank you, Andy. And I think most of you know Abe Santos. He was a senior student of Taki's. I think he has a few words to say.
I think I wrote something too that Andy did. So just let's see here.
And if anyone else would like to have something to say,
I think Bruce.
that's fine.
It's like I just want to say that I remember in 1993. It was 20 years after Sijo Bruce's passing. I remember that we all met at the graveside. We ate at the restaurant, the house hall, and then 5 years later, and then people like Skip Ellsworth, which was Bruce Lee's original students, were here, and I was talking to them about building log homes and whatnot. That was 20 years after Sijo Bruce has passed away, and then 5 years later, we all met in 1998, and it was new faces, and it was people that were other Sijo Bruce Lee's students that were here, new students from California like Richard Bastillo and whatnot. And now I look at everyone now. That was 25 years later. Now it's 50 years now. So it's 1993, 1998. Now it's 2023. That's 50 years now after Sijo Bruce passing, and 25 years after we all met and we stayed. We were here with Linda. Andy and I were with Linda and Mike and Joanne and whatnot, other old school students. But the message is the same. New faces here, but the message is the same. Is that we're all here to celebrate a great man's life, which is Sijo Bruce Lee. I mean, in July 20th, 1973, he left this world. But here we are 50 years later, remembering him like it was just 5 years ago. Although he lived a short life, it was a memorable life. See, his impact on this world went beyond martial arts and movies, dance, art, music, and philosophy. And if Sifu Taki were here, he would say, just stupendous that 50 years later, everyone is here celebrating my buddy Bruce's life. Everybody is here. And who would have thought when he left Seattle, when Sijo Bruce left Seattle, no one knew he was going to be the Bruce Lee that people would know around the world. To Sifu Taki, he was just his buddy Bruce, his Sifu, and that was all. Sifu Taki would always say he was just at the right place at the right time. But they were meant to know each other. And Bruce Lee, he was not just a martial artist, he was a philosopher. He was an influencer. He was a mentor. His global impact exists today and lives on to all of us, just like everyone here that are here. When I first met Sifu Taki, it was 40 years ago. It was 1983. And I met him, he had a grocery store on 12th Avenue. It was the IGA. And he took me to his boardroom. And he asked me because I wanted to join. I was only 14. I wanted to join. I sent him a letter, and I wanted to join. And he asked me, why do you want to join? Why do you want to learn Jun Fang Kung Fu? And I don't remember what I said. I don't know if I said it because it was self-defense or it was because I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. But I do remember what he told me. And what he told me was this, was that we don't teach you how to fight. We teach you how to become a better individual, a better person. That's what Sifu Taki was about. Just like what his son Andy said, Sifu Taki was the epitome of Bruce Lee's philosophy. He lived it. He was that person. Because that was the answer Sifu Taki wanted me to tell him, was that I want you to become a better person. So now we try to carry the legacy that Sijo Bruce, that Sifu Taki had. And in our school, we tell our students, we teach you how to fight so you don't have to fight. So you have enough confidence in yourself to avoid any confrontation, to be able to handle any situation and adapt, and be confident that your ability to do that. And that was Sijo Bruce Lee's message, was basically is to be yourself, to express yourself, to be the best version of yourself, and have confidence in yourself. And if you do that, you can break all barriers, your own personal barriers in life. And now I look back at it is I spent so much time with Sifu Taki for 40 years, and the last 20 years when the doors are closed, spent one-on-one, and I feel like I knew Sijo Bruce because of all the stories that he used to talk, what he used to tell me about when they were hanging around Seattle, Skyway, drag racing and I-90, and telling each other dirty jokes and whatnot. So, but now here, what we do is we try to share the art and promote the legacy of Bruce Lee, because that's an important message. The important message is about life, the individual, about the mental aspect of martial arts, not the physicality. It's beyond that. When I was 14, I didn't understand what he meant, but now I do. It's the mental edge, physicality, to rise above. And that's what we're here about. So thank you for everybody here to being here. And I'm glad Linda's here. Last time Linda was here at the Grandstand with us was 25 years ago. So it was a great honor to have Linda here.
I have been here more than that. Thank you, Abe. Thank you, Andy. Anybody else want to say anything?
I think Nestor does, and then
Okay.
yeah.